Well, hello everybody. A very warm welcome to our Friday celebration assembly. Just as we would if we were in school, we're coming together today to celebrate all of the wonderful achievements that have happened in our community over the past week. I want all to know just how much all of us in school are really missing you all, and school, it just isn't the same without you. Teachers and I are all so proud of how hard you're all trying to get going with your home learning. It's not easy, is it, guys? Before I move on, I just want to share some lovely things that have come into my office, which are here waiting for you when you come back to school. I have had so many lovely cards. Let me just show you some of them. One there, that's from Edith Wade. This one's from Alison Leggett. There's this one from Joan Pritchard. There's this one from Mary Foley. I've also got some letters here from Hilary Moss. And I've got this lovely letter here as well, again from Edith Wade. They're all residents of Thomas Court, and they've all written to you, thanking you for the incredible gifts that you sent over before Christmas, and just saying how much it meant the world to them. I've also got a couple of them have sent you messages, so I've got them here waiting for you when you come back to school. This one's to Noah. I've got one here to Harry, who gave me the red hands. I've got a card here for Ollie, and I've got a card here for Sam and family. So can't wait to give those out to you once you're back in school. And I'm sure boys and girls, that the people over at Thomas Court would really appreciate having some communication from us, and maybe we could set up some pen pals with them. I know that that would keep them really happy. I'm going to hand over to Mrs. Crew, who is just going to have a little chat with us about our character strengths this week. Mrs. Crew.
Morning everybody, missing you so much in school, really excited for when we do get back together, but I've been really thinking really hard this week about character strengths and how much I've really relied on different character strengths this week. I've particularly used hope. I'm really hopeful we'll all be back in school together really soon, so that's something I've been practicing quite a lot. And I've also been really relying on my sense of humour. Lots of things haven't gone very well this week, lots of crazy juggling in the Crew household, and I've used my sense of humour when things have gone a little bit wrong. I wonder if there's any other teachers out there who've relied on their character strengths this week and would like to unmute and tell us. Is there anybody out there who's used a particular strength?
I don't mind sharing this week, Mrs. Crew. I've been using my perseverance this morning. I created a PowerPoint. I did some screen recording. I put my video on my PowerPoint and I was like, yes, got it, snazzy, ready to go, ready to upload onto Teams. And it just wouldn't upload. And I don't know if it was the size of the file, I don't know. But anyway, I had to then separate the video, put it onto a separate attachment. I had to persevere, but I got there in the end. So hopefully next time it will work.
Well done, Miss Stanley. Keep going. We're really proud of everything you're doing. Thank you so much. Anybody else? Any other members of staff who've used anything? Mrs. Lloyd.
Oh, Mrs. Crew, I've been definitely showing my gratitude this week. I've been feeling so grateful for the amazing team I work with in Marlborough, all the staff, all the children, and I've absolutely loved seeing all the nursery posts. We've had so many children engaging with the learning, so I'm extremely grateful to be part of such an amazing team.
So lovely. Mr. Goodman, I can see you've raised your hand.
Good morning, everyone. Hello. I've definitely used gratitude this week. I've just got an amazing class, and they're working so hard at home in the challenging times. I'm just really proud of them. So yeah, well done, 3C. Keep it up.
Thank you, Mr. Goodman. Mr. Evans, if you raised your hand there, I think I can see you. Okay, we'll come over to Mrs. Nightingale. You've got your hand up.
Mine's gratitude as well for the children and their parents, but also mainly for Mrs. Wright, who's been absolutely amazing and is a pleasure to be working with. So thanks, Nat.
You've used your teamwork there as well, Mrs.
You have,
Nightingale.
yeah.
Thank you
Mrs.
too, Mrs. Nightingale.
Oh, lots of love here today. Mrs. Davis, what character strength have you used this week?
I've been having to work extra hard at social intelligence this week. It's something that I usually find quite easy when I'm in school surrounded by actual people. But I'm finding that over a screen or at the end of a telephone call, I have to work doubly hard to interpret how people are feeling and what they need and what I can give them and what I should be showing them. So I know that the children at home are probably finding that hard too, but if we keep trying, it really will work.
Oh, that's so lovely, Mrs. Davis. I'm sure you've done brilliantly. Mrs. Steph.
Hi everybody. Say hi quick.
Hi everybody.
Okay. I've had to use forgiveness. We to myself, we had a math lesson in year 4 that went a little bit wrong. The children just struggled, and if we were in class together, I'm sure it would have been fine, but doing it remotely, it was a bit tricky. I think a few of my parents had to forgive themselves, so it got to a point where we just stepped away from Google Classroom and we ate chocolate, and that was fine. And my children have forgiven me, I think, for putting such a tricky task there, but we got through it together, so we've used forgiveness all round in year 4.
Well done, Mrs. Steph. A few marvellous mistakes. We've all made a few of those this week. Mrs. Hodges, I can see you've raised your hand. What strength have you used?
Morning, Mrs. Crew. I've been working on not just my self-regulation, but my children's self-regulation. As a family, we've had to really think about what needs to get done, what we'd like to be doing, but getting the work done first. And for me, the self-regulation is, particularly on a Friday when I'm working at home, is not to keep going into the kitchen and rewarding myself with a snack. So I'm trying really hard to not eat. And if I do eat, to eat healthy things. With my children, it's more about Xbox and mobile phones at the moment. So rather than taking everything away from them, I'm trying to encourage them to be self-regulatory and just get the joy and enjoyment out of completing the work before you then indulge yourself. And I appreciate how hard that is for everyone.
Well done to the Hodges family. Keep going. I think that looks like everyone. Thanks for sharing, and just keep going, everybody. Both you guys at home and us guys in school. We can do it if we stick together and keep showing one another love and use lots of hope. Miss Foley, back to you.
Thank you, and it's wonderful to hear about those character strengths, and I really wonder which ones our boys and girls have really been trying to develop at home this week as well. I'm sure that they've been flexing so many of those different character strengths. I've got now the wonderful job of sharing and celebrating the birthdays which are coming up over the next week. So a very happy birthday to Mohammed, who will be 10, and to Nico, who's going to be 7. We've got Ryan, who's 5, Charles, who's 7, Chantel, who's 11, Emily, who's 6, Dan Howe, who's also 11, Nikhil, who's 6, Dexter, who's 10, and Henry, who's 6. We also have 2 other birthdays next week. I'm not going to tell you how old they're going to be. Mr. in year 4, it's his birthday on Tuesday, and he's a birthday twin with Mr. Barrett in the SRB, whose birthday's also on Tuesday next week. So for all of you boys and girls, Mr. Goodman, Mr. Barrett, we hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful lockdown birthday. Hope all of your birthday dreams come true and that you have a very special day. And let's do 3 cheers for all of our birthday children staff next week. Are we all ready? Hip hip!
Hooray!
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 Hip hip!
Hooray!
Hooray! This all right. Okay, back over to you, Mrs.
Happy birthday, everybody. Hope you have a really great week. Okay, now we've all of the teachers have been talking about how incredibly proud they are of absolutely everybody at home. Just like in the Hodges family, just trying to get the bits done that we can. And it's not the end of the world if we can't. So just really looking at that, we're looking at to see if there's anybody who is a star this week. So I'm going to start with Mrs. Lloyd and Mrs. Norton in nursery. Do you have anybody who you'd like to mention this week?
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Crew. We have so many we could choose from again, and it's been a really difficult task in Maithrin Melyn. And after long discussion, we've picked 2 little girls this week. They're going to be joint winners. We've picked Nia for her incredible hard work. I think she's completed every single task we posted on Seesaw in the last 2 weeks. And for Rose, for her excellent listening and effort and just following all her mum's amazing instructions. She's been an absolute joy to watch as well. So we've got 2 winners, Nia and Rose. Both stars.
Wow, Mrs. Lloyd, you must be so proud. Diane.
Very, very.
And in Maithrin Coch, we've also got 2 children. Jack is the first one, trying really hard with all of his tasks. And I saw on Seesaw, he was trying so hard to say a super sentence when he was gathering lots of materials for our science and technology. So that was really lovely to see Jack. And also to Hannah for her absolute love of learning. She sent, I'm not sure how many posts yesterday when she was a shopkeeper and selling things to her brother for a lot of money. So well done, both of you. Really lovely to see.
Oh, well done, Jack and Hannah, and well done to the nursery children. Moving on to reception, Mrs. Kasana, anybody to mention in your wonderful team?
Hi, hello everybody. So my choice for superstar this week is a little bit outside the box. And the idea came to me at the beginning of the week when one morning I spent about 20 minutes trying to find my children who were hiding from homeschool. Eventually found them in the airing cupboard, hiding inside the dirty laundry box. Would rather be in the dirty laundry than sitting at home doing their times tables. So I appreciated, being the teacher of your own children and learning from home isn't always the easiest job. So my superstars this week are all the parents and carers of all the children in Derbyn Melyn. They're doing such an amazing job. They are rising to the challenge of phonics and reading and number bonds and all sorts of things that they're probably not familiar with. They're just going above and beyond to try and support their children, as well as probably everything else that's going on around them. So my superstars this week are the parents and carers.
Mrs. Kasana, I think that is absolutely amazing and it's just wonderful. We agree. We think you're all superstars. Well done, parents and carers. Keep going. We can do it. Okay, Mrs. Davis, anybody in your class this week?
Bore da. Oh, I totally agree with Mrs. Kasana. The parents are working so hard along with the children. We've had a lovely week in Derbyn Coch. We've been learning all about the 3 little pigs this week and been doing lots of science experiments and retelling of the story. And I've decided to give my star of the week this week to Isabel, who acted out a fantastic drama of the 3 little pigs. She created her own stage, her own characters, and she told the story absolutely wonderfully. So Diane to Isabel.
Diane, Isabel, actresses in reception already. Mrs. Wright, moving on to your class. Who have you got shining brightly down in year 1 this week?
Bore da pawb. Can I just say I completely agree. Oh my goodness, my class, my families, the parents, the carers have just been absolutely amazing. You are making me so proud every day. Diolch yn fawr for that. You are just wonderful. But I have been greedy again and I've chosen 2 children today. My first is a little girl who has apparently been an absolute delight to homeschool. Mum has told me she knows now all her word balloon words, her key words, and she's been absolutely wonderful. And that is Bellamy, so Diane Bellamy. And then I've also picked somebody who has been working very hard in the hub. Every time I've been in the hub, this little boy has been fantastic. And I know other members of staff have said how well behaved he is and how hard he's working on his Seesaw task in the hub. And that is Zach. So Diane, Zach.
Well done, working well at home and in the hub as well. Very talented in year one. Going across to Mrs. Greig and Mrs. Nightingale, who would you like to choose to have a special mention today, Mrs. Nightingale?
Morning, everyone. Well, Mrs. Gregg and I had a long chat about this because we couldn't choose. We couldn't choose for some time, but in the end, we decided on Toby. He's done some fantastic online learning. He's made a witch's potion. He's designed and built a gingerbread house, amongst other things. He's fully engaged with all his online learning. But above and beyond, he's made a really big effort with his handwriting. It's looking fantastic, Toby. So you're our star of the week. Well done.
Wow, sounds like you're working really hard, but having so much fun as well in year one, making potions. Fantastic. Mrs. Aldred, moving up to year two, who would you like to mention this week?
Good morning, everyone. Well, as everybody else finds, it's such a difficult task trying to think of one person, because well done to all the rest of the class that have been working hard. But anyway, the person I've picked this week has the character strength of kindness. And he is always so encouraging to other people. Whenever I see him and he's listening to others or looking at their work, he says, well done, or I like that, or you've really tried hard. And the person I'm thinking of is, for my pupil of the week, is Vincent.
Mrs. Aldred, as you were saying that, I thought it was going to be Vincent because he is so encouraging. How lovely to have somebody like that in the class. Well done, Vincent. Diane. Mrs. Sherlock, how about yourselves? Who are you proud of this week?
Morning, I'm very lucky because I get to see Vincent today at the hub, so I'm really fortunate. He's been fab here as well and really, approaches everything with enthusiasm. And this is why I've chosen, again, I've been greedy like a lot of other teachers, frankly, this week. I've got a few mentions. So first mention is a sad one. One of our pupils is leaving us today. They're leaving and going out to Dubai, and that is Sophia. So we're going to really miss her. And my class are saying their goodbyes via Seesaw, so we're waving her off. So if everyone can give her a big wave and wish her all the best. Thank you.
Bye.
That's Sophia. I've also got a young man who has produced a fantastic Help Ahead You activity on Seesaw for me with his mum, and they've been working really hard, and all the foundation phase are actually going to use that because he's teaching me my Welsh, because my Welsh needs a little bit of work, I'll be honest. And that is Ellis in my class. He has done a fantastic job. Well, Ellis. It's fantastic. Yeah, he's amazing.
Ellis, Diane T.
Brilliant. So yeah, that's Ellis. And the other person I'd like to mention has been boogieing away to some music on Seesaw. She has got all the moves. She's going to have to teach me when we get back to school properly. And that is Lucy. Lucy has done a fantastic job with her home learning, as have all my class this week. They've been amazing. And the grown-ups who got the children onto the Google Meet we had this week. So brilliant. Well done, Lucy, Ellis, Safia, and my whole class.
Wow, Mrs. Sherlock, that sounds amazing. I'll have to see if Miss Foley can get Ellis onto the payroll if he's taking over a role for Help Ahead You. We'll check that out. Okay, going over to Team Cork. Mrs. West and Mr. Pedwell, who has been shining brightly in the hub and your home learners this week?
Mrs. West just dropped out. She was just going to do it. Hang on, she's come back.
Oh, good morning, Mrs. West. You're on mute.
Mistake, sorry. Yes. My star of the week is Chantal. She's been absolutely wonderful. She absolutely loves learning, and she's always very kind and polite and helpful. She's just a joy to be with. But also when she is home learning, she does her letters and her numbers every single day. So it's really impressive. So very well done to you, Chantal. And also a very, very happy birthday for Sunday. Well done.
Happy birthday, Chantal. Well done. Star of the week as well. Thank you both. Coming up to year 3, Mrs. Nelson, who is your star of the week for your team of learners this week?
Hi, we've had fantastic home learning this week. I've just been reading some really amazing big writes. They've all worked so hard, but this week we've chosen Emily O'Dyer because she's done really consistently fantastic work, and I know that Mr. Fitzpatrick mentioned earlier in the week she did a really fab poster, and today she's done a really amazing big write, and her handwriting was so beautiful. So that was our choice for today. But everybody's worked really hard.
Well done, Amelie O. Mr. Goodman, the other year 3, who's been shining brightly with you?
Hello, everyone. So my class, like I said, I was really, really grateful for earlier. Unfortunately, I can't decide on one, so I'm going to have to give it to them all. Everyone in 3C this week has been absolutely fantastic. Everyone's been doing the home learning. I'm super, super proud. We've really, really challenged them with some of the activities. They've all shown perseverance. They've all given it a go, made marvellous mistakes, but that's how we learn. I'm really, really proud of all of them and just very grateful. So well done, everyone.
Well done, Mr. Goodman's team. Diane. Mr. Kachova, how about yourself?
Well, I feel evil now going after Mr. Goodman, having thought of a person. I gotta say the same thing. My classroom has really, 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 really been absolutely outstanding. And every single day, I notice so many different children who are doing such a good work. And I just wish that I was in school, because I do tell them on the screen, but I just wish I was in school to praise them and let them know how well they are doing. But this week, somebody has really, really impressed me. And I believe I've been thinking the whole week about this person and just waiting for Friday to be able to say who my star of the week was. And it is for sending a lot of good work, but mainly for always writing an extensive what went well and even better if. So this person is constantly assessing their work and telling me everything they would like to do and how they would like to do it better and what they think they've done better. And for that, give me a round of applause for Mac, please.
Diane, Matt, that is incredible. Reflecting on your work and always trying to improve. That is quite amazing.
Really
Thank you very much, Mr. Kachova. Mrs. Steph, how about you and your team?
Bore out, everybody. Copying a bit like what Miss Kasana said, after our disaster of a maths lesson in the week, just our stars have got to be my parents, because they kept with me, they stuck through, they persevered. I think it challenged some of them. And when we said to step away from Google Classroom, they indeed did so and went and ate some chocolate. So just thank you for them, because things are going to go wrong, and just thank you for sticking by me and keeping at it. I've been greedy as well. I couldn't choose between these two children. The one is for a really excellent diary entry. This week we pretended we were Isaac Newton discovering gravity, and they had to write a diary entry. And this person used such wonderful words for emotions. I was really impressed with them, and that was Nye. So well done, dude. It was a real good diary entry. And the second person is for being my glamorous assistant. Now that might sound a bit strange, being a glamorous assistant over Google Classroom, but I encourage my children to use the stream part of Google Classroom, and when they're unsure, they can ask each other. It's like a virtual learning partner. And this person always beats me to the post. They always answer the question before I even get there. And so it's wonderful to have this glamorous assistant on the other side of Google Classroom, and that's Bianca. So well done, Livy. You're really helping me out.
Well done, Bianca. Doing a bit of Mrs. Steph's job there. Another one for payroll, Miss Foley. One more to add to the list. Okay, year 5, moving up the school. Mrs. Adams, how about your class?
Well, 5 Merlin have had another incredible week of their home learning, working on teams. They've done such an amazing job. Miss Phillips is going to now announce our star of the week.
So this week was my first week working with Year 5 and setting them assessments and assignments. So we were looking at persuasive text and persuasive techniques we can use in our persuasive text. So on Tuesday, I didn't explain the task very well, and some of the pupils got a little bit confused on what they had to do. So we reassessed, and on Wednesday, I re-explained the task, and we looked at it again. This person did extremely well the second time we did the task, and went from not knowing any persuasive techniques to nearly getting them all right on her worksheet. And I know she's also been working really, really hard in numeracy and topic as well. So this week's Star of the Week is Lara.
Wow, well done, Laura. Sounds like you've worked really hard, and it's lovely to have you back with us, Miss Phillips and Mr. Evans as well. Lovely to have you back in Key Stage 2.
Mrs. Krug, sorry, can I just say as well that Lara really struggled with her home learning at the beginning of the week, but since having a laptop from school, she has done amazingly well. So well done to her.
Well done, Laura. Mrs. Davis, snuggled up in the hub there. Could you tell us who was your Star of the Week?
Morning. Sorry about the coat. I'm freezing. I've got 2 stars this week. I've got a big one and I've got a little one. My big star of the week is Miss Phillips that you've just heard from, because she has actually really helped us out. On top of doing her own learning that she needs to do as part of her training, she set some fantastic assignments this week that have enabled me to do other things and help our team progress for next week. So thank you, Miss Phillips. And then Mrs. de Villiers and I absolutely concurred with our little star of the week, and that is Flynn from our class. There never was a child who could put any more effort into his home learning. And we talked in our staff meeting about languishing and flourishing, and Flynn's a child who's flourishing in blended learning because he is having fantastic support. He's pushing himself, and we couldn't be prouder. Good on you, kid.
Oh, well done, Flynn. That is incredible. Diane, coming up to year 6. Miss Stanley, who would you like to mention?
My star of the week this week is Liam. He's been such a conscientious learner this week. He has not only completed all of his assignments and put 100% effort into everything he's done, he's also gone back and looked at work he's done previously in the week. He's read his feedback from myself or Mr. Evans, and he has responded to everything. I know Mr. Evans bounced back a piece of work a few times back and forth to Liam, and he just kept making improvements, kept persevering, and just kept correcting his mistakes and trying to improve. So really well done to Liam, because he's done a really, really good job this week. I'm also got the privilege of being able to announce the stars of the week for Mrs. Jenkins and for Mr. Williams, as they are currently on group calls. So I get to do 3 stars this week for year 6. So for Mrs. Jenkins, she has said her star of the week this week is for Zach, for his love of learning, enthusiasm, and always giving 100%, and for his big smile, which shines through every piece of work that she gets from him. So well done to Zach, that's amazing. And for Mr. Williams, he has said that his star of the week this week is for Harry, for being resilient and having to complete his work using his iPhone at some point this week. So he's been really resilient, using his phone to get everything done. So well done to all of those stars of year 6.
Oh, wow. It sounds like you're all working really hard up in year 6. And I think more than anything, it really, really strikes me how everybody's putting in 100% effort and just doing what they can. And if you can't do it, it's not the end of the world. Us all being happy and safe is the main thing. Diane, everybody. Miss Foley, I'll hand back over to you.
Yeah, I would just like to just reiterate what all of you have said about our children and how hard they're trying, and the wonderful job that our parents are doing at home while juggling all their other commitments. But there's somebody who we haven't celebrated today in our assembly, and that's all of the teachers, all teaching assistants, our midday supervisors, the office staff, the cleaners, and Mr. Jenkins. Everybody is working their socks off on the Marlborough team. They are either in school in the hub, as you can see today, or they're working, planning, preparing, responding to, troubleshooting the home learning. And I know that not one member of staff could work any harder and are putting in so much effort because they care so much about all of the boys and girls in this school. So I just want to recognise that my stars of the week are this incredible team that we've got here at Marlborough. Well done, guys. Couldn't be prouder of you too. And let's give you all a big round of applause. So that brings our assembly today to an end. Have a good weekend, boys and girls. Have a good break now away from your learning, and we look forward to seeing you back at your computers, at your iPads, at your Chromebooks on Monday morning, ready for a new week of learning. All my love to everybody. See you all soon. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Hi, everyone.
Bye.